city lights. You're out in front of the race, but you can't cross that finish line. Moving through the noise, the dial never sways. If your life is beating you, you have got to change your game. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Ride into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cool. To your heart, roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Ride into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cool, cooler in the canyon. It's cool, cooler in the canyon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What is up, everybody? It is GT45 Gaming here, and well, we're back. We're back. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of things tonight. First off, we're going to do the broadcast for our GTRC racing community here tonight. We're going to do their MX5 season opener that was ran this past Saturday, and with that being said, we have something a little bit news and exciting here to give to you guys right at the beginning. So, yeah, it's all good, Bar. So, I have Bar and I do have Doug from the GTRC community here in the chat with me, folks. You just can't hear them yet, but we're going to turn that audio on here shortly. So, we're going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Boop. All right, so MX5 series, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2022 schedule for this mini-series, and great job by the administration staff over at the GTRC getting a beautiful graphic out here for us. So without further ado, let's just get to the announcement, ladies and gentlemen. So GT45 Gaming has just become the official sponsor of the GTRC, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, you heard it here first. We're going to jump on board. We're going to sponsor the GTRC community and their events moving forward into the future, and we're really looking forward to it. So just to touch up with Doug and Bar here, these guys have been running the GTRC Community Racing League here for, well, since its inception, basically, and these are two really cool dudes. They have a great community over there at the GTRC, and I just want to say welcome aboard, man. This is an honor to be able to do this with you guys, and I really hope that we have a great future together as we progress as sim racers, and of course as esports league for you guys. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing now at the GTRC, and of course why don't you guys maybe give a little teaser about what's upcoming in the future. I gotta get some audio. There we go. All right, Bar, fill us in here. Let's fill the viewers in with what you have going on here.
Doug, I think you know, same as me.
Okay, well, at the moment we've got the MX5 season running, and we've got the GTR3 season running, and I think we're looking at doing a one make season next season. Hopefully not splitting the seasons. If we have to and run a major and a minor championship back to back, we will. But a little one make with some success ballast and things like that added on to those cars to try and bring the fields a bit closer together. So we're going to have some one make seasons. We're going to have you know, some mixed seasons. We might even be looking at doing a because we've got multi-tier system running for the MX5s, which we're testing out, see how it works. But then go for looking at maybe looking at a multi-class system, so that we've got lots of different varieties of cars on circuit. And possibly we were umming and ahhing about putting because hopefully we'll run this tier system for longer, the AM drivers in the faster cars if it's multi-class on one track. If not, it will be qualies, and the bottom half will have if we can get two lots running, two races running at once, an AM race and a pro race, and then we'll do the qualies, and the lower half of the pros will be in the faster car. And there's lots of things we're chucking around, silly ideas that might be fun, might not be, but we'll see how we go. It's kind of wing it a little bit with a little bit of idea and planning as well.
Absolutely, and fantastic stuff. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. What is potentially coming in the future could be some multi-tier racing, and a little bit of, so to speak, tuning and some ballast performance. So definitely want to stay tuned to, of course, the GTRC socials and, of course, the GT45 Gaming socials for updates on those things that are coming. So what we're doing here tonight, folks, is we're going to be, again, rebroadcasting this past Saturday's race. Unfortunately, that we were still down due to a part, and we have that part now, obviously, since we're live here. So Justin coming in with that like as well. Much love, brother. We appreciate you. I really look forward to racing with you guys, and I just want to say to you and Bar, I think that what you guys have put together over the last however many years you guys have been doing this now is absolutely fantastic. The group of guys and the drivers that you have there in your Discord is a very tight-knit community. They bond well together. It's a family. And I just like the way that you guys' organization and your rule sets go into your series. There's never any complications in amongst the drivers and the administration staff, and you guys really do have amazing potential to grow to beyond your imagination. So that's why we wanted to step in and try to help you guys out. And of course, real sponsorship, get some prizes out to them drivers for all their hard work. That's the most important thing, is to reward the drivers for their efforts. Of course, a lot of work goes into these races, and just to get you guys out there and to show off your driver's skills over there in the UK, and of course over here in North America. So lots of love comes from the page here to you guys. I love what you guys are doing there, and absolutely proud to be a part of it.
Well, we appreciate it, man, because I mean, you've given us input as well. It's not just the sponsorship side of things, but you've given us input and helped us out. You've run through things with us, talked through things with us. We've bounced off ideas off each other. We've all, been a cohesive team, and it's great to have you lot on board in a more official capacity, rather than just. I mean, you are one of the lads as far as we're concerned. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of the boys. We love having you in for the chats. We love the banter. But it's just been brilliant. You've put a lot of help our way, assisted us, and I mean, without you, we wouldn't be able to grow. We'd still be doing it. We love it. We love what we're doing. But it's to be able to grow, to be able to move forward, to be able to get more people involved. Get those races in, help people that want to find a league to start off in. We've run all tiers, all levels of drivers. So it's just. It's good to get us out there more and get the assist and the love from everybody there, and it's brilliant. Thank you.
Absolutely, and just a huge shout out to Stefan Nielsen coming in with the like, the multiple shares from Justin Day and Stefan Nielsen, the like and the share from our other broadcaster, Mr. Nolander Gaming's up in the chat here too. Welcome, Nolander. Can't wait to see you become a big part of this too, my man. Nolander Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, since he's in the chat, has been my right hand man as far as a broadcaster goes over the last recent weeks, a couple of months. He's stepped in to fill in for me here with the GTRC community there as well. He's done a fantastic job, and look forward to bringing him on board with us here as well. So huge shout out to Nolander Gaming.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you for your time. I do appreciate you guys coming here. I know, Doug, especially you, it's super, super late, like 4 in the morning for you. So I appreciate you being here just to talk to the community a little bit about what's going on and coming up in the future. And let's get to the fun part of the content now. Let's get to the race, shall we?
Let's do that, man. Let's do that.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to jump out of the chat with the boys here, and it's race time. So get ready for some comms, guys and gals. Get your drinks, go get your snacks, find your cozy spot. It's about to be heaty for the next 50 minutes, folks. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, Bar. Thanks, Doug.
Cheers.
Yeah, you're good. All right, let's get to it, shall we, chat? Let's flip over our screen. Ready? Are you ready? I don't know. I can't hear you yet, chat. You seem a little quiet. You guys ready for a race? Come on, guys and gals. I'm ready for a race. It has been a while. My voice has been waiting to belt out a good one, so let's do this, shall we? Let's do this. Bam! Why is it showing that? Because we're dummies. Haha, there we go. Alright. We're gonna get rid of that guy too. That ugly mug of the commentator here. We're gonna get rid of that so you guys can see all the action. Hope. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Nolander? Don't worry, buddy. We'll get it sorted. Don't stress, my man. Don't stress. Don't stress. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. So this is the opener for the mini-series of the MX5 Miata series, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be absolutely a thriller of a race. Now, I don't know how many of you have experienced the beauty of the Miata MX5 and GT7, but Polyphony does a few things right every once in a while, you know, and when they released the game, the MX5s drive quite naturally in the game as opposed to how these things actually drive in real life as far as these touring racing versions go. If you were to watch an IMSA based race right now over on YouTube on the IMSA channel, watch one of their MX5 races, the way you see these guys handle these cars is exactly the way we're going to see these guys handle these cars here tonight on Gran Turismo 7. So a little bit of detailing about the race, and this is where the fun starts to come in. So we have tire wear at 5 times multiplier, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, 5 times multiplier. We have the fuel at a 3 times multiplier, and the drivers are on soft tire mandatory. Only softs, the racing softs that is, are allowed to be ran here in the series. So it's going to be interesting. The guys got the best tires on the car, so they should really be able to sling these cars around the racetrack with some fun and some speed, maybe some drifting, and it's going to be interesting to watch. But also, with that being said, the random during this 5-week mini series, the weather's completely random. The drivers don't know, the admin staff doesn't know, I don't know. We don't know what the weather is going to do from 1 minute to the next on these racetracks in this series. So a little bit of mystery in the series, and I love that. I love the fact that there could be just a twist that nobody is expecting in the race. Something you can't practice for. It's just something that happens, and you gotta go with it. And that's what really tests the driver skill on the track. So, is it gonna rain here tonight at Brands Hatch? I guess we'll have to wait to find out. Even I don't know, folks. I haven't watched a replay. I don't know what's happened in this race. This is my first look at it as well. So, we have a Pro and an AM split in the race here. So, this is a multi-division series here in a sense. All the guys are racing at the same time. So we have the pro drivers, and you're going to see the pro drivers when we do our walkthrough. They're going to have the window banners with a red stripe on them, and then our AM drivers are going to be on the white stripe, and some of the drivers are missing their stripes still, and that may just be because they haven't been officially qualified yet, or they just haven't had time to put the stripe on the banner. And of course, that's just for ease of commentary more than anything else, so I do appreciate that from the staff over at the GTRC. So without further ado, we're going to go take a quick walk through the grid. We're going to take a look at the cars real quick. They look fantastic. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, these cars look absolutely top level. Doug Burrow, of course, is behind a bunch of these liveries. He is a fantastic livery designer. So we got Hair Razor here sitting P1. And you can see, this is what we were talking about, that red stripe right there on the windshield. That makes Hair Razor a pro driver. And Hair Razor is actually sponsored by Costa, which is a coffee shop, I believe, in his area, a local coffee shop. So we have Doug Burrow here sitting in second place. We know Doug's car every time we see it. They always look absolutely spectacular as well, right? He's got lots of little hidden things in there as well. So, yeah, just looks good. Just looks good. Moving down the grid here. Woo, we got Bo. Cameraman's a little drunk. And all the cars very... realistically based as well for the series. So that's what this is just going to be a fun series. This is going to be a fun series. Miatas are so much fun. I'm kind of jealous I'm not in the series as well, but hey, somebody's got to broadcast it, so here we are. All right. The cars are looking spectacular too, folks. I mean, look at these Miatas. Do they not look great? They look absolutely amazing. We got our Alchemy Esports boys here in the back of the grid. Oh yeah, they're looking good. Got a little Spider-Man style car going on there. Mr. Tro and Kobe. We always know who that is just by the way the car is. We got Mr. Happy Pappy here, and you can see here he's got his AM stripe on. You can see he's got AM on the window sticker as well. So Happy Pappy not in that fluorescent green car. I'm kind of surprised here. And then of course, rounding out our field here is the mystery driver in last place. I believe it's B McKenna. So without further ado, let's get this thing going, shall we? 5 reds and we're going green, chat. We're going green. Kick them tires. Light them fires. It's race time. Oh, we got a false start right off the bat there. You can see that black one there just off in the distance. Who was that? I think that was Type R. Getting himself into a false start here in turn 1, Brands Hatch. Here we go. Oh, the carousel. And oh boy, we got some contact there. Got him sideways, but he managed to hold it together. So great job there. And the drivers, these cars are not easy to handle here, ladies and gentlemen. They're very mid-rear engine style cars when you drive them. You got to drive them with a lot of high RPMs in the engines, and the lower you let the RPMs get in these cars, the more and more that these cars' rear ends want to swing out on them. So let's see how this goes. Let me know if the audio is too loud or too quiet too. We got a new headset here too, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, so the audio could be slightly different now. So let's get up to the top of our grid here. Hairraiser starting on pole and still in pole, but Doug is all over his rear bumper. Doug's going to go down the inside, going to take P1 from Hairraiser there. So great job by Doug, but Hairraiser coming back with the cutback here. Ooh, great side-by-side action here by these drivers, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these guys go. Hairraiser's just going to back up a little bit here. He's going to just let Doug get around. These guys don't want to be battling 2x2 around all these sectors here. It's very hard on the tires, obviously. And one little miscalculation, and one of the two drivers could be going for a little spin in the grass there, doing some yard work. So we have Doug in first. We got Hairraiser in second. We've got Mike in third place here. He started in fourth, I believe. Tap is sitting here in fourth. So Tap is definitely the quick mover here at the beginning of the race. We have Supra just getting past Anto there on the inside. So very nice job there by Supra getting around Anto. Anto in 6th place with Monkey Mafia very close behind in 7th. We got Type R here as well. Just lurching as they're coming around. I believe that's the carousel. Is that the carousel? I think that's the carousel. I can't remember what they call that corner. I'm lacking on my track recognition for corners here today. That's definitely my bad. Tro and Kobe here in 10th place. Happy Pappy, ooh, getting a little bit wide there, getting in that grass, but managing to keep it together. And then we got Bo, who is, I believe, the driver who false started there at the beginning of the race. So he's got a little bit of work to do here. Game audio is slightly quiet. Voice is good though. Alright. Alright, so let's kick it, chat. Let's keep it going here. Audio's good. Alright. So, let's get back up to our leader here. Let's get on board with Doug here. Oh, now we got some sound. Listen to these Miatas, chat. They sound absolutely amazing. Now we have Mike here sitting in P2, so we're not sure what happened to Hairraiser here. Hairraiser may have had a little bit of an incident with that Miata. Ooh, and there we go. Oh, Mike is gonna wreck there. That is really unfortunate for Mike. He just got into the grass a little bit there, and the grass, of course, being victim to that poor Miata. So into the wall. So he's definitely gonna lose some time and some position there. So we got Hairraiser now up into P3. We got Supra. Ooh, battling with Anto a little bit there. Let's stick with this here for a second. Oh, and we got what looked like to be Tap off track there as well, as we see Monkey Mafia taking a look here now on the inside of the Oh my, Xerxes. And you can see the drivers are quite close together here still. We're on lap 3 now. And all these Miatas, of course, very evenly powered. It's just going to kind of coming down to driver skill here, but you can see these guys eating a lot of grass, and oh, that's not good for Anto managing to get back on track there. Just getting out in front of Monkey Mafia, his teammate there, actually. So great job by those two. Maybe they can actually work together here, catch up a little bit. That seems really loud now. What up, man? Hope all is good. Picking up static noise in the sound. Don't know if anyone else is. Whoa, what's going on here? It almost looked like a bit of a lag spike there, I think, chat, is what we saw there. So I think we saw a little bit of a lag spike there. So we got Super in 5th now. Great camera shot here by the group at Brands Hatch. Great job by our TV crew there, sitting right on top of that spotters tower. The best view in the house at these racetracks, let me tell you. Alright, so let's get through our field. We got Mike all the way down in the 9th. Trone's still sitting in 10th. He's just playing very patient and cool and calm and collected. Pappy doing much of the same. We got Bo starting to climb back up here. So you can see Bo with the red stripe. Bo is a pro driver. It's actually really loud in my ear. I can't hear how loud I'm talking, so we're gonna pick the headset up a little bit here. So Doug in P1, ladies and gentlemen, he is absolutely flying. He has what looks to be about 3.5 to 4 second gap on the second place driver, Hairraiser here. So Hairraiser's kind of bouncing back and forth here on and off the podium at the moment, but we all know Hairraiser's a quick driver. Usual suspects here as we see a lot of familiar names here in the race. We see Doug, we see Hairraiser. McKenna is a new driver to... I'm quite unfamiliar with this driver, but he's been around with the GTRC for a while. Anto, of course, we're quite familiar with. We know he's been picking up so much pace over the weeks in the past months. He's been progressing very well and doing quite well here in 4th place. We got Type R in 5th. I think that's on my YouTube channel. No, that's not good. Mr. Ian Travers coming in with the heart as well. Alright, we'll turn it down a notch. I think it's just because the headset is so loud. That is why it's popping. New headset, we hadn't sourced it out yet before we started the stream. My bad. That's a little bit better. I can actually hear now. Alright, so Super here in P6. Not sure where the static is coming from. The static might be coming from my microphone even. All my equipment's quite close together here, so sometimes it picks up each other, I guess, so to speak. There is static, eh? Alright, let me know if it gets any better or worse, chat. So we got Tap here in P6. Mike in 7th, and he's getting some pressure here from Supra. So Supra took a look there, but he just wasn't close enough really to make the move there. So we're going to see if Mike can hold Supra off here as they're coming around. And we're just going to be coming around this left-hander, and then we're going to be coming into Xerxes. So, sorry, not Xerxes, the final corner. My bad. I'm on the wrong spot of the racetrack here. And this is quite a high-speed corner, but if you float that car out a little too wide, you get into that sand right there, and it just sucks you right in. It's like quicksand. It just pulls you in. So you really got to be cautious getting around that final corner. Mike not really getting the best run out of that corner there. As you see, Super actually gaining a little bit of time on him there, but great battle by those two. We got a battle here between Pappy and Bo as well. A little bit of contact between the two. Ooh, a little bit of contact there again. Oh, and we had a crash, and we got a crash there. All right, so a little bit of contact between the two drivers there. Got a little bit messy in the back end there. And contact throwing Pappy a little bit sideways there, and that car just absolutely spinning it right into the wall. So Pappy will have to... Oh, we got Trone going wide. Oh, my goodness. These MX-5s are absolutely proving to be a handful for these drivers here today. So Doug, again, very clear in the lead here. Doug has a pretty sizable lead on Hairraiser. Alright, let's see if we can get the mixer just right here for you guys. I appreciate all the live feedback as well, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we just want to get this dialed back in for you guys as quickly as possible. So McKenna's now up into P3, so we're seeing guys change the spots left, right, and center. It seems like every time these guys go around a corner here at Brands Hatch today, they're swapping positions. Somebody's making a mistake or spinning out, or a good move is being made. So the mid-pack has been very juicy. Lots of battles going on here in the mid-pack here today. Bo up back into P8 here now. We got Monkey Mafia down in the 9th. We got Tap in 10th. We've seen Tap spin out a couple laps ago there. We got Tron. He's just chilling. Tron's just chilling, man. Sitting there in 11th place, doing his thing. He's probably doing a little bit of fuel saving, if I had to guess, some tire saving. And he'll probably start pushing near the end of his stint, quote unquote. So Doug in the lead. Doug is always very quick. We see Doug spend a lot of time at the beginning of the race. We spent a lot of time talking to Doug in podium interviews, and we know that Doug likes to lead the pace. He likes to be at the front of the pack. He likes to lead the charge. He likes to be in that clean air and make the drivers beat him. He just, plain and simply, just likes to make them beat him. Cayman GT Sport liveries coming in with the big time love and the follow. We got Jared Boozy coming in with the follow as well. Much love to both of you. Much appreciation. Welcome to the winners community. Just became part of something bigger than ourselves. We appreciate all the support. Much love out there. So Doug in first place, and sizable gap. I mean, we're talking 4.5 seconds here. Again, this is a replay, ladies and gentlemen, so we don't have that live timing, unfortunately. We're just kind of guessing based off experience. But looking at it will be about 4.5 to 5 second gap on second place driver Hair Razor. We got battle for P2 and P3. So fantastic. We love battles. The battle's between McKenna and Type R here. So, sorry, Mike. Between McKenna and Mike, you see McKenna going in with engine braking as opposed to using a lot of the actual car braking there. And you can see how much he gained on McKenna into that corner. We'll see much of the same here. A little bit of trail brake. Oh, he's going to get out wide. That's going to cause him a little bit of trouble as he's going to try. Now he has to try and hold Xerxes here with dirty tires on the outside. This should be interesting. You see him just taking it easy there. He's not forcing the issue. He realizes he makes a mistake there, and he's just going to wait till he's got those clean tires. He's going to try and make that time back up again. And down the road they go. So as they're coming into these windy, high-speed little kinks, I like to call them here. They're actually corners, but you kind of treat them like a kink. You can take them at a fairly high rate of speed. You just got to get it just right. You can see him just clipping that curb, floating outside to the curb. They're perfect corner there. And down the road he goes. So keeps driving like that. He may be able to catch that third place driver, Mike. Type R here just a little bit behind these guys. He's about one kink behind these guys. So I would say about 3.5 seconds currently. We have Supra here in P6 as well. Oh, he's getting a little bit wide there. Great job to recover there. Again, these cars, they touch the grass and they just want to go. Ooh, Supra is just floating that car out wide. We got a brake marker on the track. This is turning out to be a very interesting race here today. And this is a 50-minute endurance, ladies and gentlemen. Typically, there's a 1-hour races, but because the broadcaster couldn't do it live this time around, they had to shorten the race length so we could do it later. Next week's, the next Mazda race, which will be in 2 weeks, will be done live here on GT45 Gaming and the GTRC YouTube as well. We have Tap here in P8. So Tap is slowly starting to make his way back up the grid here. Trone's now up into 9th, so he's gained a couple of positions here as well. Monkey Mafia back down into P10 here. We got Anto, his teammate, a little bit slow, so he must have had a little bit of an incident there as he's just getting back on track. We got Pappy here. Now Pappy's flying pretty good here. And you can see the weather is quite nice for the drivers here today. Cody B, what is up, my guy? Mr. Nick Brewster coming in with that thumbs up. Cody B coming up with that thumbs up. Legends, the chat is full of legends right now. Holy moly. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's doing fantastic today. Stefan coming in with like the 10 Drupal share. Appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with us here today. Welcome to the GTRC Mazda MX5 opening race here. This was done this past Saturday, and we're just rebroadcasting here. So it's been a fun little race so far. It's been interesting. Hair Razor starting to close in on. Oh, he's gonna get into that sand. Oh, what a recovery. That was actually a really good job there by Hair Razor to keep it together. They're just getting into the wall a little bit there, but great job. Most people would have spun the car around right there and went into the wall real hard and heavy, but he managed to just get that wall. So he definitely loses some time on the leader there, which is really unfortunate. But the car's still in one piece, so that's the important thing. Cody B coming in with a 35 star bomb. Let's get a hashtag Cody B up in the chat. Appreciate you. Much love, my man. Hair Razor, got some work to do now. But these guys are most likely going to have to make a pit stop here with the 5 times tire wear on these Mazdas. Of course, Brands Hatch is quite a twisty technical circuit, so it's going to put some work on these tires. McKenna here is looking good. He's in P4 now. He's still trying to chase down Mike here, as we see him make a couple little mistakes, cost him a little bit of time. So you can see Mike's just running really nice and clean and smooth right now, and he's having a hard time catching back up here. So it's really unfortunate for McKenna, but he's still there. He's still in the fight. A lot of racing left to go. We still got 35 minutes left to go, 25 minutes left to go, something like that. So Type R in P5, and ooh, Super going out really wide there. We've been seeing Super struggle with these corners a little tiny bit. He's just going with a little too much speed. He just needs to dial that back just a tiny little bit, and he'll start hooking that corner up just right. Did a good job there. You couldn't ask for any more than that corner, and he used every millimeter of racetrack there. So starting to gain a little bit on Type R through those 2 corners there, actually. And we got Bo here a little bit behind these guys. Not too far, but a little bit. And then we've got Tap and Tro and Kobe here. We're starting to close up to each other. So let's see if Tro can get up on the back end of Tap here as the race progresses and try to get that position. We see Pappy going into pit lane here. We see a car spinning on the back path. Pappy has that crew taking a peek at that car here currently on track too as well, so maybe having some mechanical issues with that car. We did see Pappy have a little bit of an incident earlier on in the race there, and of course with another driver there, and of course he got the worst end of that there as he spun into the wall. So crew might be looking at something related to that incident a little earlier on in the race. We'll have to see if he gets back out. But Doug is in charge right now. You can see him get a little bit slidey there. So maybe starting to suffer from a little bit of tire degradation on this Mazda. As of course, Doug is a pad driver. So Doug really does have to work hard to try and manage his tire wear as compared to some of the drivers in the field that are on wheel and pedal sets, of course. But being on pad, of course, car recovery is much easier on pad. So it does have its advantages as well. A little bit of spacing in our podium drivers here. Ooh, Mike's getting a little bit wide there as he's coming out of the corner and running up the straightaway. Is that going to give Type R a chance? So we lost McKenna. So McKenna's made an incident. We got Type R floating out wide there. So Super's now moved up into P4. So we're not sure what happened to McKenna there, but he's dropped down 2 positions. Down into P6. So let's go see where he's at here. A little bit off these guys. So he must have went off track. Must have had a little bit of a spin there. Bo is now closing up on him here as well. So Tap and Tron. Tap is on a personal best lap here, 0.5 of a second up on his PB here right now in the race as well. So he's on a good lap here. So let's stick with Tap here as he comes around. These guys are absolutely just giving it their all here in these Miatas. So we are short a couple of drivers here in the field today. It is destined to be a 15 race grid, but we do only have 12 drivers on the track here today. So we had a couple of drivers that were unable to get the cars out on the racetrack this fine weekend. But ooh, nice save by Tap. He got a little bit squirrely going into the corner there, a little bit too much speed coming into the corner, and he almost paid the price, but he collected it up, just kept it on the racetrack. And only losing a little bit of time to Tro and Kobe in behind. So Tro and Kobe seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel there, seeing that mistake. So he's just got to keep it right and tight, and he should be able to close that gap up. You can still see that crew looking there. They don't know what's wrong with that car. They're assessing the damage. They're definitely trying to figure out what's going on. And we'll see if we see Pappy back out on the track here today. But Doug in the lead. He is definitely in command here. He has a sizable lead on our second place driver, Hair Razor, who's now just coming across that start-finish line. So Harry's is about 10 to 12 seconds behind our leader right now currently, so Doug's looking quite comfy up there in first place at the moment. Mike in third place here, so big spaces between first, second, and third place. All three drivers are our pro drivers here, so these are our top three for our pro drivers here tonight. How you doing, mate? GT45 Top Comms, Paulie B in the house. How we doing, Paul? Hope you're absolutely having a fantastic night, my guy. I miss all of you. I'm so glad to be able to see all of you left. 3 times tire, 5 times fuel. My bad. Little correction by Doug over in the GTRC YouTube there. Appreciate that. We got Type R here in P4, and he's got some pressure from McKenna, so let's get into the juicy rotating cameras here, shall we? Oh, we missed it. Now let's see if McKenna puts any pressure on him here. You can see just in behind them is Bo. Bo's starting to close up here too, so it's gonna get juicy. So I guess the question is Type R going to play a little bit of defense here, or is he just going to stick to that racing line and maximize the racetrack, as he is getting some pressure here from McKenna in behind. And then you can see Bo's closing up. Every time these guys coming around the corner here, it seems like he's closing up another half a tenth, another half a tenth, another half a tenth. So it's not going to be too much longer before Bo starts becoming a part of this equation here for fourth place. Oh, and a great move here. What a great job by McKenna, diving through the inside, but he's going to go wide. He's going to go wide. Cut back coming. Type R is going to get the run. So great exit there by Type R. Good patience, good response, and battle on. Here we go. So now you can see Bo's only within a couple tenths of a second here. He is right on these guys now. Oh, but he is going to go into pit lane. So he's opting to go down for some tires and a penalty for Type R. So that's really unfortunate. You can see, ooh, a little bit of contact there. Oh no. And both drivers getting out into the grass, and Type R there looks like he's waiting. He's definitely not driving the car to his full potential here. You can tell just by the way he's shifting it. So really unfortunate there by both the drivers as they were just battling, and then of course both getting into the grass a little bit there, and one slid into the other, and whew, car sliding everywhere, chat. Car sliding everywhere. So tap here. Oh, and who did we just see? We just seen Tron Colby biting it in behind there. That was a hard hit, chat. That was a hard hit. He just got onto that curb. Oh, does he see the car coming? He does. He does. Perfect. All right. So, Tron Colby get onto that curb, onto the power a little bit too early with those worn tires, and it totally put that Miata sideways, and he hit the wall hard, chat. He hit the wall hard, but he's back on track and he's running, so everything looks to be okay so far. We got Anto just coming in behind. We got Pappy in 12th, and we've actually lost a driver as well, so we're down to 11 drivers and 10 on track here. Good racing there, I retract my statement. Hey, these Miatas, they're tough business, man. We got some 3 times tire wear and 5 times fuel, so the guys are definitely going to be chewing on these soft tires underneath these race cars here around Branch Hatch today, and we've been seeing it. We've been seeing it, especially as the tires are starting to degrade. The guys got to be a lot more careful on these curbings. You get into that darker green and that lighter green artificial curbing on past the rumble strip there, and it just gets very, very slippery under these cars. As the tires start to degrade, they just get very slick. And a little bit too much throttle on that curbing, and we just seen it happen to Tron Colby there. It just puts you sideways, and you're holding on. You're just holding on for the ride at that point, hoping you can keep the car safe. And you can see every one of these cars has a little bit of damage here. The front end of McKenna's car is in rough shape here, as he's getting a little bit wide through Searcy's, but she give him a good run. Held a pretty good line through there. Type R here, his car actually looks quite clean. It doesn't look like Type R has gotten into too much trouble here with his Miata. Moving down the line to our 6th place driver here, Tap. A pro driver here as well. So let's go find our first AM driver here. We got a pro driver, pro driver, pro driver. I believe McKenna's a pro driver. We're actually, he doesn't have a stripe, but we're assuming based off his pace, he's probably a pro driver. We got Type R being first place in the amateurs by the looks of it. So it looks to me like Type R is leading the amateur division here in this race. Moving down to Tap, he's a pro driver. We've got Bo here. also a pro driver. Pro driver in Supra. So Troen is actually looking like he's sitting in second place overall for the amateur division here today. And Anto sitting in P3 for the amateur drivers currently on track. So in our pro division, of course, is Doug leading the race overall here, sitting first place, and he's got a commanding lead right now. But Tab just throwing down the fastest lap on the racetrack with a 131.861. So good job by Tap there to get fastest lap. We got Hairraiser here in second place as well. You can see Tap actually just coming into pit lane with only 2% fuel left in his car there. So Hairraiser getting a little bit sideways there. But that's the fun with these Miatas. They are loose in the rear, and if, well, you can actually utilize that a little bit sometimes and really get them to zip around the corner. But not recommended with the tire wear. Obviously, you'll really roast those tires off sliding them around corners. But Mike's looking pretty consistent here in P3. I'm assuming we're going to start seeing all these guys making pit stops here. We got McKenna with a half-second penalty, so that's going to allow the driver in behind to catch up a little bit. I think we got lap traffic mixed up here as these guys are pitting. So Doug now coming into pit lane. He's got 6% fuel left in his car, so doing a little bit of a better job managing his fuel. We got Bo in P6 here. Supra now down into P7. Tap is in P8. And a 3-second penalty, so grabbing a pit lane infraction either on entry or exit, crossing that pit line. That is a tough penalty. That is going to hurt his pace a little bit on that outlap. We've got Anto here in P10, and Pappy, they're still working on that car. They're just not sorted out what is going on with that gentleman's car here today. That is a Miata down, folks. Miata down. It is a great race. These are great races. We love these MX5s. Finally glad somebody's got one that we're commentating for. So Hairraiser has the current lead right now, but Doug has made his pit stop. So Doug's going to pit. So in a sense, he's on a scheduled stop. That's probably when he decided he wanted to pit. Hairraiser trying to overcut him here right now. So we'll have to see how that works out for Hairraiser. We got Mike here in P3. He's still out on track as well, I believe. McKenna with that half-second penalty. We haven't seen him come into pit lane yet either. So I think we're going to see Mike, McKenna, and Bo all pitting relatively soon here. We got Supra here in P6, so we'll have to see where he comes out compared to these guys after they pit. We have Type R here in 7th. We've got Tap just coming up that start-finish straight as he's crossing the line right there in 8th place. Throwing Colby now out. I think he's got some fresh rubber on that car here as well, but he is getting waved the blue flag, so one of the lead lap cars is starting to catch up on him here. We got Anto in P10, and again, Happy's still in pit. So we got Hairraiser in pit lane here. You see him just pumping fuel into that car. So Doug is going to grab the race lead back from Hairraiser here. So is Hairraiser going to be able to get any of that gap depleted from Doug as he comes out of pit lane? We just see him coming across pit exit here, so he's going around the first corner. Where is Hairraiser? Hairraiser's just coming out, so I don't know if Hairraiser really gained anything there. I don't think he lost, but I don't think he gained. So Hairraiser has his work cut out for him in the final half of this race here, ladies and gentlemen, if he wants to catch Doug Bro in first place. Mike still cruising here in 3rd place. About the same distance from Hairraiser as Hairraiser is from P1 in Doug. We see McKenna now coming into pit lane, so he's making his stop for the race here. We got Supra. Whoa, Supra's in a bad spot there. He got really fortunate. Was able to power the car through there, and it didn't suck him into the sand trap. The sand pit at the final corner of Brands Hatch is ruthless. And you can see under braking, these cars really want to try and kick out in the rear end. You can see that there. He was a little hard on the brakes. He tried to turn the car in under braking, and the car was like, yeah, no, we don't do that, man. And you can see it a little bit there again as well. So Super struggling a little bit on that car, but managing around really well as he's in 5th place. We got McKenna sitting here in P6 here as well. I believe he's a pro driver, but I could be wrong. Actually, Doug would probably tell me in YouTube chat if I went and looked. Okay, so it is confirmed that Pappy's car is down and out for the remainder of the race. So we will, unfortunately for Pappy, his race is done here today. So really unfortunate, but he'll be back in the next round, and he'll be ready to race again, as he always is, ladies and gentlemen. So mechanical failure for Pappy in the AM division here today. So unfortunate start for him, but hey, 4 more races to go. Anything can happen. So we got Tap here in P8. We got Troen in P9. So he's 1 spot ahead of where he started. We got Anto in P10. Again, Pappy is retired out here for the race today. But our race leader, let's jump into an onboard with our race leader in just a second here. We'll hang out with him here for a minute. We're keeping our eye on that track radar. We don't see any battles at the moment, so the drivers are kind of spaced out, but we will most certainly see some of these guys close up before the end of the race. This is the midpoint of the race, and much as we see all the time in these endurance races, you see the drivers really battle hard for the first 15-20 minutes. You see them kind of settle into the rhythm, settle into their paces, settle into their strategy. And then the last 15-20 minutes of the race, depending on what that time gap is from the next driver in front or behind, you'll see these guys start to push. And by the end of the race, we will start to see some battles for position here again as well. So we're just going to let Doug get around this final corner here. And we're going to jump and do an onboard with Doug here. But let's do this camera. So you could just see Hair Razor pop right into the background there as we're looking behind Doug. He was coming around that final corner. So Hair Razor may be starting to close a little bit of time up on Doug here. So go to our P2 driver, Hair Razor. He's just been kind of chilling in P2 there, kind of in no man's land, all on his own. But you can see that gap is starting to close up a little bit here between these two guys. So we may see a battle between these two before the end of this race yet. Tap's still holding fastest lap on track here as well. We got Mike here in P3, and Mike is losing time on Hair Razor. So Hair Razor is most certainly gaining on our first place driver and Doug there. Bo in P4. Bo's been having a pretty solid race here now that he's settled in, and looking really good. We got Supra here in P5 overall, and also a pro driver. So the top 5 drivers are pro division drivers here. Type R coming around here as well. And you can see that the red the pro drivers have pretty much filed in front. You can see the amateur drivers kind of starting to file towards the back of the pack. You can see the pace separation starting to happen. So Type R technically leading for the amateurs right now. So Type R is trying to hold on for a win in the amateur division. He's got Ben right in behind. Ben's reserving here today, from to the best of my understanding here. And Tro and Colby sitting in a P3, and ooh, we got Tap getting really wide behind Tro in there. Great job to keep the car out of the wall there. As you see, he just got those rear tires into the sand trap there. And he's got a car coming, so he's going to let him go. And that was, I'm not sure who that was. That may have been Doug, actually. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of lap traffic mixed into the race here. So we got Doug right there. And I'm just trying to... Hair Razor is most certainly closing up, ladies and gentlemen. And if we just go on board with Hair Razor here, that was about a 10 to 12 second gap when Hair Razor came out of pit lane. compared to where Doug came across the start and finish line there, and Hair Razor has just absolutely started to full send this car around the racetrack here. So Hair Razor, he's working right now. He's trying to catch that first place driver. He wants an absolute battle for first place here before the end of the race. He's got 16 minutes left to do it, so we'll have to see if he's got it in him. And I mean, he's got nothing behind him right now to worry about. That's a, I believe that's a back marker we see in behind there. And then we got Mike. Mike is, he's probably about 15 seconds behind, maybe a little bit less here currently in third place. And he's got, about a 10-second gap on fourth, so Mike really needs just to stay calm, cool, collected, just run his race, and he's going to sit there with a P3 finish here today. And Bo's the guy who's got to work, he's got to push, he's got to force the issue to try and catch up. So, and you can actually see a purple sector here with Bo. So let's stick with Bo here for a minute. And as he comes around, let's see if he's going to steal fastest lap on track here from Cap. Final corner, this is everything. This corner makes or breaks that purple sector. He got a good run through there, so let's see what he does as he comes through here. You can see that pro stickers all up on that Miata. And there we go, fastest lap on track now belongs to Bo with a 131.768. So great job by our fourth place driver Bo there. We got Super coming into pit lane here. Interesting strategy. So Type R leading our amateur division here. So sitting 6th overall on the racetrack, but first place in the division. We just see the car wipe out in behind. I'm assuming that was Trolling Colby there, as he's just seen a dust cloud flying in the camera lens there. Looked like he kept it together though. So great job there by Tron to keep it all together. And second place in the amateur division here tonight as well. We got Tap sitting in third. I believe he's a pro driver though, so 8th place overall, I believe 5th or 6th overall in the pro division. And then we got Anto here. So we started with 12, we're down to 9. The Miatas are not doing well today with the drivers. They're first race of the season, and the crews are going to have to do some work on some of these cars, get back out next week, and then these guys will give her again. So we see Doug here. Now, Doug's starting to catch up to Tron, and you can see Hair Razor just in behind. So Hair Razor is absolutely working to try and catch up to Doug here. So I think Doug's probably in the better spot here at the moment. Doug's really just trying to manage the gap. He doesn't need to really force his pace any right now. He's aware that Hair Razor is catching up. But he's also probably aware that Hair Razor, by pushing so hard to gate to close that gap up, he may have much more worn out tires than he does up there in first place, who's just been running his pace. So it's going to be interesting to see how this shapes up. We see Doug just getting around Tron there. And Hair Razor's pushing, but now he's got, Doug's got a cushion. He's got a back marker between him and Hair Razor here. So hopefully buy him a little bit of time to open up that gap a little bit more on Hair Razor, as this race is starting to slowly progress towards an end here. We're a little over 37 minutes in, so just under 13 minutes remaining here. We got Mike still in third place. He's looking really strong here in third place. Fourth place is Bo. Now remember, he did a fastest lap last time around, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can continue that pace. If he can continue that pace, he might be able to reel Mike in. But he's half a second down on that lap right now. So Super here in P5. He's looking pretty good too. So Type R leading our amateur class here. He's having a good race. He's got some nice distance between him and Tron Colby. All he's got to do is just stay calm and just bring it home here. And he's got himself a podium here today as well. Tron sitting 7th overall, sitting 2nd in the amateur division here today. So he's sitting on a podium just by staying cool, calm, and collected here today. And Tap here rounding out our... Oh, that is a pro driver. I know that. I don't know why I keep assuming he's in the amateur division here, but he's had a little bit of a struggle here today. So, and Anto is going to finish on the podium here for the amateur as well. So we only have 3 amateurs left in the race here, actually. And so guaranteed podiums as long as these guys survive the race at this point. So the race really comes down to our pro drivers here now, and really it's going to come down, but looks of it, between Doug and Hairraiser. So Hairraiser's gotten around Tro and Colby, and now you can see he's trying to close back up on Doug here. And this is the only battle really kind of on track. It's not even a battle yet, but it's definitely shaping up to be a good one here. So, ooh, and Hairraiser now purple here as he's coming around. So Hairraiser's definitely got the pedal to the metal here. There we go. Hairraiser now at the fastest lap at the 131.566. So we're going to stay on board with Hairraiser as he's trying to chase Doug down here. This is where the action is on track, so we'll stick with these guys for a couple minutes here and see if Hairraiser can close this gap up. And you can see Hairraiser is just throwing it. He is throwing this car around every corner. He's trying to maximize every single mile per hour out of this car right now to catch up to our leader Doug, who has very good pace here today, and well, as always. Ooh, Hairraiser getting a little bit wider into Cersei's there, and I think he probably wanted to, but so did Doug, so he shouldn't really lose any time there. But Doug actually got a pretty good run. He actually opened up that gap a little bit there again, so we'll have to see if Hairraiser can catch up here in the final parts of this sector around the track. We'll turn this tire information on for you folks here in about 2 or 3 more minutes. We'll let you guys take a look at the tires underneath these guys and see what they're working with. You can really see Hairraiser's trying to use the engine to slow the car down as opposed to using the actual brake pedals themselves here as well. So you can see that a lot of the pro drivers here today are really trying to engine brake the car around the corners as opposed to brake braking. And when you have a car that's a little tail happy, that's obviously the best approach you can do. If you can dial the car in and drive it like that. So we're seeing that out of Doug and Hairraiser here. You can just see them engine braking the car, trying to keep the RPMs as high as possible. It keeps these cars quite stable. So when you let these cars dip into low RPMs, that's when you're going to start seeing slide. And Doug is just working up there now. Doug's feeling that pressure. You know Doug's feeling the pressure. He's picked the pace up a little bit here now too as well. So Doug knows that Hairraiser is there, and he realizes that Hairraiser's closing the gap up. So Doug is absolutely pushing it. We got Mike going into pit lane here, so that's interesting. He's coming back out, maybe needing a little bit of fuel perhaps, as he takes a pit stop. Not sure why we didn't catch it in time there, but still managing to stay out in 3rd place. But what does that do in relation to Bo now? Doesn't really change that gap much too, but it's still got about a 10-second gap between 3rd and 4th place here in the Pro Division. Supra in 5th place here. We got Type R, of course, leading in the amateurs here. We got Tap, who's now moved up into P7, so Tap gaining some overall positions on the racetrack there. We've got Tro and Colby here. He's sitting P8, 2nd overall in the amateurs, and of course Anto rounding out that podium for the amateur division here today. So good job by those 3 drivers just to keep it consistent, keep it on the track, keep the car in one piece, and it's going to pay off for them. Have yourself a good night, Alan. Have yourself a good night. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. Appreciate you tuning in. So here we go. Doug just about getting a little bit too much around that corner. He almost ate a little too much grass, but managing to keep it together really well. And again, that's where the benefit of driving on controller comes from. It's a little bit easier to manage the car when it gets a little bit out of hand on you. But you can see Doug's really starting to struggle here with the tires a little bit, I think, on this Miata here. Making a pretty big mistake coming around that corner. That's going to allow Hairraiser definitely to close a little bit of time up here. So interesting to see. Oh boy, we got something brewing here, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Mike here in 3rd place. He's just coming around corner 1 right now. And as you've seen, Doug and Hairraiser getting around Cersei, so he's quite a ways behind 1st and 2nd place. Mike just coming around for corner 1 here, and coming up to start run 2 as well. So unless Mike makes a mistake, he should have that 3rd place locked down here. We got Supra in 5th. He's having a good race here. Type R leading in the amateur side, and 6th overall, so he's having a good race as well. Tap in our final driver for our pros here today. Had a little bit of a struggle here today, but he's still on the track and still putting some times down, and that's all that matters. So Trone here sitting P2 in the amateur division, and Anto rounding out our amateur podium here in that Spider-Man-esque car. Absolutely love that livery. But back to the race lead. This is where the action is. We're going to drop some information for you guys and gals in the chat here now. We'll let you take a look at the tire situation for the drivers. So, our first place driver, Doug here, and you can see that front left tire is at about 40% wear. So, not too bad, but definitely taking his toll on these hard sweeping right-hand corners here around the racetrack. Moving down here, we got Hair Razor, and Hair Razor's about the same as Doug. So, as far as tire advantage goes between these two drivers, very identical. So Mike jumped into pit lane and he took a fresh set of rubbers. So he is going to try and reel the second and first place driver in with some fresh tires and low fuel here. So interesting little bit of a strategy call by Mike there. Actually taking way too much fuel there. As you can see him taking 3/4 of a tank. So you know he's full sending this the rest of the race now. We got Bo here in 4th place, and it's a very similar strategy. He's on fairly fresh, soft tires, but less fuel than Mike up ahead of him. So it would be interesting to see how that pans out. We got Super here. He's on pretty decent looking tires. He's got lots of fuel in that car. We got Type R. He's on tires looking pretty good. We seen him pick quite a while ago, so he's been doing a good job at saving the tires in this car, and it's gonna do him well. It's gonna bring him home to a top of the podium here for the amateur division here today, as long as he can keep it all together for another 4.5 minutes. So Tap here, final driver of our pro guys here tonight, and putting in his time. He's just making tracks, putting in time. Now we got Trone here, and Trone's under pressure now from Anto, so Trone must have made a little bit of a mistake. Let's get on board with this battle. So this is for position. This is for second and third place in the AM division. And we're just going to try and keep an eye on our leaders. It actually looks like Doug and Hair Razor are closed right up here. Not quite. We got about 4 minutes remaining, so we're going to see another 3 laps out of these guys. And these guys are starting to catch up to some slower traffic here as well. So just to add the spice to the end of the race, we're going to throw a back marker into the battle here as well. We got Mike in 3rd place. We're going to let TV crew take over, a little quieter that way. And we got Super diving into pit lane here now as well. So little interesting there. Super taking on some fresh tires here. No fuel, just a tire, just a quick tire change and back out. So you can see him trying to scrub mid there a little bit to coming out of pit lane. Hopefully he didn't cross that line, pick up that 3-second penalty. Ooh, getting a little bit spicy on the curb there. Little spicy. Oh, and what happened to Anto? Something must have happened to Anto as he's lost pace with Trone. Oh, and Anto goes really wide here. You can see him just letting the traffic go by. Great job by Anto. Great track awareness there by Anto. Realized the 3rd place driver was coming down on him there. He made a mistake, stayed it out, kept it off track till that driver got around, and then coming back on safely. But let's get here. This is where the juicy is, right here, right now, chat. Here we go. We have 2.5 minutes remaining, and 1st and 2nd place are 0.3 of a second. 0.3 of a second apart here, chat. So here we go. We will be sticking with our 1st and 2nd place driver probably for the remainder of the race here, as well, again, the battle is here. This is battle for Pro 1 and Pro 2 on the race here today between Doug and Hair Razor. Usual suspects fighting each other here near the front of the pack. So interesting to see if Hair Razor's got enough left under him to take Doug over. Doug doing a really great job at just keeping Hairraiser in that distance that he can't get a move done here. Oh, Hairraiser getting a little bit sideways there. Oh, you can see both these drivers are feeling the pressure here right now. Oh boy, this is going to be great. And it looks like this is actually the third place driver that the first and second place driver are coming up on here, chat, actually. So first and second place are battling for the win, and the third place driver is a back marker in front of him. Wow, interesting development here. So Doug's got that slip now on third place driver Mike there, so that's actually going to allow him to get away from Hairraiser a little bit here. So that's really unfortunate for Hairraiser as he's trying to close up. He's going to get around this corner. Is he going to leave him to the outside? He does. Great job by Mike there. Great. Oh, that's Type R. That's Type R. My apologies. This is not the third place driver. That's actually our sixth place driver, Type R. So great job by Type R there to get out of the way of the two drivers. All right, it's all or nothing right here, right now. Hairraiser's going to get it done. He has to do it right now. He is not going to have time to get another lap in behind Doug here. So this could be a race finish and win for Doug Burrow. And you can see the lights flashing. Great job by these two drivers. So Doug coming home with P1. Hairraiser coming home with P2. We see Type R just coming across there in P6. We got Mike coming around here in P3, so Doug with the win for the Pro Division. We got Hairraiser sitting in second for the Pro Division, and it's looking like Mike is going to take it home in P3 for the Pro drivers. So Type R with the win for the Amateur Division as well, ladies and gentlemen. Tap coming across in fifth overall, I believe it is, for the Pro Division here today. Sixth. And there we go. So congratulations to Mike on a P3 finish here in the Pro Division today. Great race by him as well. Bo very close behind in fourth place here. You can see Drone Kobe coming around there as well in behind. Drone's going to finish second overall for the amateur guys here today. We're going to jump on board with Super here now. Oh, we see Anto having a little bit of a mistake there. He just wait for the car to get around here. So Anto having a little bit of a rough finish here at the end of the race, but that's all right. Super going to come around here in P5 for the Pro drivers. So great job by Super. Oh, picking up a half-second penalty there right at the end of the race. That's unfortunate, but is what it is. And we're going to jump on board with our third place driver from the amateur division, Anto. So a little bit of patience, determination, just keeping the car on the racetrack, coming out with a P3 finish for Anto here today in the amateur side. So really great job by all our drivers here today, ladies and gentlemen. So huge congratulations to, again, Doug, Hairraiser, and Mike. First, second, and third place overall in the race, and of course first, second, and third for the Pro Division here. And huge congratulations to Type R, Tron, Kobe, and Anto for P1, P2, and P3 in the amateur side. So great starts by those three drivers here in this early on mini-series. And the next race is going to be at, I think my tummy is telling me it's Laguna, but we'll just verify just to make sure. Oh, Catalunya, no chicane on the 24th of September, ladies and gentlemen. So that'll be a fun one. And then we head to Deep Forest on October 8th for round 3. We head to Red Bull Ring, and you know that one's going to be fun in these Miatas, on October 22nd. And then for the finale for the Miata series on November 5th, we actually head to Watkins Glen. So that's how the series is going to stack up here this season. So great job to the guys. Great start to the series. And I can't wait to see what happens when we got a full grid of split Pro and Pro-Am drivers, a half and half field. It's going to be really exciting to see not only the overall race between all 15 drivers, but also the individual pro division and amateur division races that are going on in amongst the overall race. And that's what really makes these multi-split single races fun. Definitely keeps myself on the toes. There's a lot to follow, so appreciation to the GTRC for the window banner stripes. It makes it a little bit easier for me to follow along, which I super appreciate, but it also makes it easier for you guys, the viewers, to follow along while you're watching the race as well. So just want to say congratulations to all the drivers. Absolute great start to the mini series. We had 3 drivers drop out, whether it was due to mechanical issue or disconnection error. We're not 100% sure, but that's all right. So next week, or this week coming, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, so this Saturday here, which will be what, the 17th, we will be in the GT3 championship, and it's going to be round 8, I believe, for the GT3 series. So 2 things we can expect to see on Saturday, this coming Saturday, from the Gran Turismo racing community is a full grid of GT3 cars and an absolute epic race. So don't want to miss that. That'll be taking place at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday the 17th. And I can't wait to see everybody there for the live broadcast of the feature championship, of course, which is that GT3 championship here at the GTRC community. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out for the broadcast. If you guys are over on the GTRC YouTube, much love, appreciate you all hanging out and tuning in as always. You guys are absolutely stellar. The community over there is fantastic, great racing. And yeah, so we're going to shut the broadcast down over on the GTRC side of things, and then we're going to keep the GT45 Gaming page going. We're actually going to jump over onto Bathurst with the GR3 Mitsubishi Evo, and we're going to go do a little bit of practice. So guys want something to do? Well, I recommend hanging out and watching Wreckfest, because that's about what it's going to be most likely. So much love to everybody. We're just going to catch up on some comments here as well. There's tons of comments here. Pappy retired, Mike's new, although raced with us for years. His first ever league race, he did fantastic. He had great pace. Intermittently at the moment, gone twice in the last 5 minutes. Okay, appreciate you, Doug. Awesome. I do apologize about the audio issue. We'll get that sorted out. There is a couple of spikes I see there, so we'll have to see what the problem is there, but we'll get that sorted out. And again, just appreciate the GTRC community. These guys, we've been commentating for them for a while now. It's been a few months now. We've gone through a couple of seasons with these amazing folks, and look forward to many more seasons in the future. Again, if you guys missed the announcement at the beginning of the broadcast, GT45 Gaming has now become the proud sponsor of the GTRC, the Gran Turismo racing community. So moving forward into the future, you know, GT45 Gaming is going to be supplying some pretty sweet graphics for these guys. We're really going to take this up a level for these guys. We've opened up our Discord to these guys to advertise their racing communities and their events and everything they have going on, and I can't wait to see the growth and the drivers that continue to come in, new and existing and old drivers, and just adding to these divisions and to the races. So lots of plans for these guys. There's potential of a multi-division series coming in November, or there's potential for it to be maybe a tuning series, maybe some ballast changing. These guys are tossing some of these ideas around for the next major championship series coming up, and that next major championship series will be the first official sponsor series here by GT45 Gaming, and we'll be giving away trophies to and prizes for our top 3 finishers on the season. And depending on how the series is all worked out and the rule set drops, there could be a few other tier systems or maybe a team system in place. We'll also be providing prizes if there's a manufacturer's trophy or a team trophy. We'll also be supplying awards for that as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we just excited. We're really excited about this. I can't wait to see what these guys are going to bring to the table. So you definitely got to stay tuned. If you're not following the GTRC community over on their YouTube channel here from the GT45 Gaming community, really would appreciate if you guys go to YouTube, search the GTRC. The logo you see in the bottom right hand corner of the broadcast is the logo on their YouTube channel. Go ahead, do me a favor and go throw a subscription, turn on those live notifications, go and show that love and the support to these guys. They're a part of the team here at GT45 Gaming now, and it's an absolute honor to have them here. And let's help them get out there. Let's find tons of drivers to come in, and let's just blow these series and events up. Let's get multiple races going. Let's absolutely make it fly, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, Timothy Gray, as many of you know me as, and it's been an absolute pleasure to bring this broadcast to you finally. And it's just an absolute pleasure to finally be back on screen, hanging out with all you amazing viewers out there. You make these leagues go around. You're the reason why we do what we do. And you guys keep coming back. That means I'm going to keep broadcasting these things to you live every chance we get. So thank you very much for tuning in for the GTRC broadcast. Again, don't go anywhere, folks. We're still going to continue to stream on the GT45 platform. We're just going to shut her down over on the GTRC YouTube, so it sticks to their content specifically. And thank you so much for the love, everybody coming in and hanging out here tonight. And don't forget to go over to that GTRC YouTube, show them guys some love. Really, really appreciate it. On the GTRC YouTube, guys, we love you guys. We'll see you on Saturday for an absolute bang-up GT3 series race, and can't wait to see you all again. Take care over there on the GTRC YouTube. We love you. We love you.